Hello everybody, this is the EpicGamingGuru, and this time I got something of a major problem that I need to talk about, and obviously it would be involving a lot of Helldivers 2, with a huge amount of glitches and bugs that have happened to the game very recently. And unfortunately, this is also the last bit of good footage that I have of Helldivers 2 before all the recent and major updates came in that caused the game to basically not be able to run at all, or sometimes run like a turtle that died of turtle cancer. I don't have a lot of time and a lot to cover here, so let me go ahead and just get straight to it because there is a lot of stuff here with Helldivers 2 that has been happening recently, as well with the Xbox server launch that caused all servers to connect together, which I thought was actually a pretty good update. But despite all that, there is some actual good news that I have to share with all of you. So let me go ahead and just start with the basic problems that we have here with Helldivers 2. On PC, this game is running like an absolute turd. I'm not even going to deny that this game is probably one of the worst running games that I have on PC, to a point where I basically had to just uninstall the game because it was just getting to a point where it became completely impossible to play. Like, I've had connection issues, I've had frame drops, I had glitches, I had bug stretching, I had body stretching, I had invisible divers going through, I had divers that were supposed to be dead but still remained alive somehow. There is a lot of strange things that have been happening with Helldivers 2, to a point where the game is basically running like as though it's trying to survive on Parkinson's disorder. Now, it may seem like as though I'm talking completely out of the blue here, but no, I am not the only person who is suffering from all these issues. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of videos of people explaining their issues that they've had with Helldivers 2 not running correctly on their PC. Some people have even went as far as to doing some couple of computer fixes in order to be able to try to get Helldivers 2 to run correctly, but even after performing some of these fixes, the game still runs horridly. In fact, when I tried to even do a few couple of fixes myself, the lowest I've ever gotten this game to be able to function off my CPU was as low as 20% of a drop, which is not that bad, but as soon as I get involved in any type of giant escalated battle, regardless of which faction I am fighting, it basically just breaks and glitches out horribly and causes my frames to drop to a point where it's down to at least 1 frame per second, which is absolutely insane. One other interesting note that I do have to point out about Helldivers 2 is how unbelievably huge this game has gotten over time. This game used to be at least less than about 80 gigabytes in size, to even down to less than 60. However, with all the recent updates, the game has also expanded in size rather thoroughly, is what I should say. This game is not only huge, but it's almost the size of Ark Survival Evolved, which says a lot. There's a lot of speculation that ArrowHead may know about the issues and supposedly aren't doing anything at all within their power to be able to fix this game, but I can rest assure you that that is not the case. We have to remember that Helldivers 2 is a live service game with the cost of nearly $40, or sometimes even lower depending if you're able to pick up the game on a discount. But the thing is that for Helldivers 2 case, because of the fact that, well, it is a live service game, this game requires to be as entertaining as physically possible per update, and even major updates might cause major issues for the game because these updates are usually not patched beforehand upon their release. It's unfortunate that that is actually a very common practice within the gaming industry. A lot of game developers don't actually fix and patch up any of their updates before release, except for maybe a certain some, but I don't even know how many video games that have ran into patch upgrade issues or any update issues that required almost an immediate day one patch upon their release. And a lot of those type of games I've already covered. A good prime example was Hunt Showdown, when it has a few updates that basically break the game, or has the infinite reload glitch, or any type of those type of bugs that basically make them groundbreaking and you can't really play the game properly. Monster Hunter Wilds has a majority of issues, does not run on PC well. It's actually kind of scary because Monster Hunter Wilds is running into a similar frame drop issue and performance issue almost to Helldivers 2, so I guess that both of them could take notes from each other. Then there's a great game that absolutely does well now, which was Fallout 76, but that's because the game required a ton of patch updates and failed horribly upon launch on its first day. And then there's games that just never seem to have issues. There are live service such as Warframe, where somehow the game runs perfectly well despite no matter what update they get, which could be because their department has several different companies backing them up, even Tencent, despite of that company being very shady and greedy. So yes, there is a lot of games out there that pretty much don't do any form of patch upgrades or patch fixes or even testing before the actual updates are released. This is not a uncommon practice. All that being said though, this does come to my final conclusion on this video of whether or not Arrowhead is actually trying to patch or fix the game or not. Well, I do have some very good news about that. Arrowhead has constantly been trying to acknowledge and also illustrate that they've actually known about the problems for PC for Helldivers 2 for a very long time. In fact, a lot of their patches have been recently trying to fix a lot of the issues that the updates have recently had, which also included a lot of particle problems, visual issues, and performance issues that they keep mentioning that they're trying to fix. So it's not that they don't acknowledge that there is a problem with Helldivers 2, it's just that it's taking them a while to be able to fix these things because of all the recent updates that they included already with the game, especially when it comes to any form of actual drops. When it comes to war bonds and anything else included, they still need to patch and fix all these things up beforehand, and this also includes any possible issues that could be happening to the game even on console. So at this point, I would just strongly suggest waiting on PC until these patches are fully released, because at this point the game is not going to be running on PC well for at least a good while until a lot of these bugs and problems are already resolved, and hopefully there will be some optimization update within this next couple of months for the game to be able to run properly. So either way everybody, this has been EpicGamingGuru. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video that much. Hope you all have had a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time.